my budgeting friends. This is Gigi from Gigi's Retirement Budgets. Today I'm going to talk about how I make $2,965 last all month. Happy Sunday. All right, so we are going to look at my budget for August. And this is how I make this money last all month long. Can you see this? All right, so my military retirement I get on the first of the month is $1,228. And then I get Social Security on the 11th, which is $1,737. So that comes to $2,965. And then my rent is $590. I live in a 4-generational household, so we all split rent. My giving is $75. Garbage is $32. And then my car is $500. I have a state tax of $69 a month. I have a payment plan with PG&E is $8 a month. And I have garbage of $32 here, but we also have a past due bill that I'm going to pay on that. And then PG&E, groceries for the month, which also, I live in a 4-generational household. And then gas is $200 a month. And then I have my business expenses here that I pay. And so that leaves me a total of $937 for this month, for July, or for August. Is this right? For August, towards savings challenges and stuff. And so basically what I do is for my military retirement budget, I break down everything that was in pink, and it goes towards my military retirement budget, right? So I had a rollover of $13, and then my military budget came in at $1,228. I took a loan from my Christmas fund for $65. My rent is $590. State tax, my PG&E. My PG&E, I originally budgeted $80. It's actually $127 this month. My groceries, I forfeit my grocery money. I am still on EBT, and I have $100. They are going to be cutting this off. I turned my income thing in. And then I have my business expenses that are coming out for this paycheck. So that left me with, for this paycheck, $374 for extra. So I had $140 I had to go towards pet surgery, $40 for dining and coffee out. I have to refund a friend half of a camping refund that we got back was $18. Or we asked for a camping refund and they charged us $36 fee. So I owe him $18. And then I'm putting money into my birthday challenge and my mini Mondays. And so that's that part. And then I will make my Social Security budget, which will be Monday. I'll be getting it, so I'll be making my budget on Monday. So that's everything that's not highlighted. So I'll be getting $1,737, and I'll put $75 in giving, and I'll be paying both garbage bills. I'll be paying my car, and I will be putting, so I put $100 per paycheck towards gas. So $100 went in the military retirement paycheck, and then I put $100 in this, you get $100 from this paycheck, and then I'll be paying all my business bills that are not highlighted, and I will be saving whatever's left over for sinking funds and savings and challenges. I have some extra bills this month, like the surgery and the extra garbage bill. So I will not be saving as much as I was saving last month. So I'm not doing saving challenges every day, but I'm still trying to do some. So yeah, so that is my personal budget. So I look at my monthly income sources, which is military and Social Security, and then I do all my essentials first. I budget in my rent, my utilities, my food and groceries, my health care, and my transportation. You do not see my health care on there. That one comes out of my Social Security check, and that's a cash envelope that I am saving for, a sinking fund. So I put that in there. You'll see that next paycheck. Budgeting method, I use the cash envelope system for daily spending control, and then sinking funds for predictable and irregular expenses. And then I allocate $2,965. This should also say budgeting method on here. I am a zero-based budgeter. That means every dollar is assigned a purpose, and my budget at the end is a zero. And then I'm building a small emergency buffer. I am building my emergency savings to $1,000. And then I do mini savings challenges. Low impact challenges like $5 bill or coin jar, long-term savings challenges, which are small amounts built up over time. And I only put money into my savings challenges after all my essentials are fully funded. And then I stretch the month by limiting any impulse spending. I mean, I might get impulsive. I might get impulsive as far as, let's say I have $40 in my dining out and it's the first week of the month, and I might go out with a friend and we might go somewhere, and I might go a little crazy on my food because maybe I haven't eaten out in 3 months. Not 3 months, 3 weeks. So maybe I'll spend $28, right? And so now that leaves me $12 for the rest of the month. But when that money's over with, I mean, that comes to bite me in the rear end sometimes, because when that money's gone, then it's gone, right? So I try to really limit the impulse part of that. Like if I'm driving to my son's and be like, oh, I want a coffee, I'm going to go to Starbucks, instead of going to like McDonald's or AM/PM and getting like a $2 or $1, coffee. I'm like, oh, I'm going to go to Starbucks and get like a $6-7 coffee, right? To me, that's impulse spending, because I wasn't necessarily planning on getting a coffee, even though I might have the money in my budget. And then I review my budget at month's end, and I adjust amounts for the next month based on my actual spending. I'm going to be doing a big, huge review probably next week. So you'll want to watch out for that video, subscribe, and hit the notification button so you'll get notified when I do it. I look at it every month, and when I make my budget, I look at it and see if I need to adjust it. But I am going to be doing a big, huge review for the last 3 months next week. So that will be for May, June, and July, to see if I need to change any of my budget amounts. I feel like this first week in August has been a little bit crazy. So I feel like there's I don't know, it just feels off. Like there's something I need to get a handle on, but I'm not sure. But that could just be because I have these extra bills. I don't know. But I'm going to be reviewing that and seeing if I need to change anything. And then, budgeting can be hard. Budgeting can be tedious, especially when you're tracking all your different envelopes and you're keeping track of, all your expenses. And you are trying to make sure that you've got money in for your savings challenges and all different things. And it, especially if you're just beginning, it can feel kind of chaotic. So that's why I'm trying to do this budgeting series to show people like steps, like practical steps that you can take. And hopefully it will take a lot of the confusion out of it. And then, you want to celebrate your small wins, and you want to focus on stability before throwing in any extras. So I always say to focus on just getting your budget down and following your budget for the first 3 months. Like really hone in on what your budget should be. And, it's going to take you a few months maybe to budget it, to practice budgeting it, to actually live it, and then make some adjustments, so it might take 3 months or so for you to like really get it down and feel really comfortable with it. And then you can start your savings challenges. But last video I did, and I will tag it up here. Last video I did, I talked about some easy ways that you can do some savings challenges that are not very complicated, or you don't really have to think that much about it. And one of them is saving coins in saving all your change. So like for me, yeah, I have all this stuff budgeted out, but when I get change back, I don't put that back in my wallet. I don't put that back in my budget to spend, because let's say I have $40 for my dining out. I don't track it down to the penny. If I spend $5.35 on something and I get 65 cents back, I throw that in my change part of my wallet and I don't spend it. I don't spend any of the change I get back. And then I put it in this coin jar. And so I've been doing that since the beginning of May, and I've saved $50 so far just doing that. So there's some, so my last video, I showed some simple things like that you could do to save extra money. All right, subscribe, notify, comment, and like, and I will see you on the next video. Love, Gigi and Lavender.